Awesome. All right. So let's have a on track come up here. We got the twins to help us out today. Oshana. You guys want to introduce yourselves real quick? Someone knows you?
Melissa.
Hey, good luck remembering who's who. All right, guys. As always, we're doing the Price is Right to get the game started. So you have to be closest to the actual sold price without going over. Closest to the actual sold without going over. If you're $1 over, you lose. And all houses sold in the last 14 days by non-KW agents. All right?
Okay, so the first one we have West Palmdale, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, built in 95, 1,868 square feet. The lot size 6,534.
Ooh, it's kind of your standard cookie cutter. Oh, West Palmdale with the pool. All right, what are you guys thinking?
620.
620? What are you guys thinking? 1,600. You're way off, dude. 615?
Not even rent.
How big is this house? 615. That's insane. That's insane. You could guess. 460? 585? 650? What are you guys thinking on Zoom? We got 630, 468, 450, 525. Don't be scared on Zoom.
We got 575 over here.
What are you thinking, Otto? Is that Otto? I can't tell. It is Otto. He's waving all big. With a big old grin on his face. You can see it from a mile away. All right, let's see here. Actual retail price. 560. All right, who had it?
So close, but you have.
You're over? 575.
535 over here.
535. We got a. Yeah, 535. Is that really the closest? 535?
535. You got it?
All right, we got a couple more.
Okay, we have our next house is in West Palmdale, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths. Built in 2003, 3,146 square feet on a lot square foot size of 5,662.8. So cool.
We'll find out.
Let's see. Beautiful redone kitchen, modern floors.
And a garden opportunity back home. You guys, that looks nice. All right, what do you guys think? Where is this at? West Palmdale again?
West Palmdale.
5 bedrooms? Big.
No pool, right?
No pool, no pool.
No pool, but updated.
No pool, but updated.
Small lot, big house.
682?
2003.
620.
620. We got Janet and Tiffany both think it's 620, so I'm guessing 622. 630? 610 online, 675. We got a lot of low 6 range right now. So you got 650, 595, 600, 675, 670,
640, 650.
650. Oh, you guys are all
Yeah,
right.
$1.
We got $1, Bob. I got, one time I got to say $1 Drew, but I lost. But I did win it after that, so still winning. All right. Actual retail price is 7. 682? Is anyone closer than 682? 700? Oh my gosh! Is there gold in that house? 682? What do we got on Zoom? Anyone get closer on Zoom?
No.
Everyone's lower.
What did your appraise for?
It's sold for that much? That's a high price. About a pool.
I don't see, nobody else is closer on Zoom, right? 682? Nobody else got closer?
Doesn't look like it.
All right.
We have a winner.
One last one.
Chicken dinner. West Lighthouse. That's it.
Okay, the third property, West Lancaster, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, built in 93, 1998 square feet, lot size is 9,583. Ooh, that's
That looks like a
beautiful.
pool back there.
The lot size was 9,000?
Yeah.
9,000 square foot lot.
Yeah.
Look at that barn door.
Barn door's cool.
Oh, this is fancy.
That's pretty.
Maxie Case sold this house.
600.
West Lancaster.
I know, I know this house. I drove by it quite often. I drive by it.
660.
650? 600? Oh, 'cause I live in, I live in that neighborhood, so I'm hoping it went 600. That'd be great.
525.
Alley, baby.
Right?
610? My brother lives right down the street. 620? Yeah, they're neighbors. 585, 584. You go with the 84s again, huh? Worked for you last time. I break it up. What do we got on to? 495, 590, 565, 545, 610, 590, 629. 670. All right, I'm gonna guess because I have no idea. I'm gonna say 575. Let's see. 570. Damn, he's in neighborhood. Damn. And yes, property value's up, baby.
525.
545.
Oh,
What's going on?
I should have went 550.
What's going on? So I sold that exact same model like 3 years ago, and we thought no way in hell we're gonna get the appraisal in at 330. Stupid. Stupid. The house was nice too, just as nice as that one.
Looks like Lauren always
That's crazy.
has it, 545.
Exactly online? I'm not paying attention. At 545 the best? Has Lauren got it?
I believe so.
You guys, I'll be honest, you guys kind of suck today. What's going on here? No one's even no one hit it, right? Jessica.
We're in trouble.
Jessica. You were 15 off, you were closer, but. Oh no, Misty said 568. Misty at 568. Great job, Misty.
Good job.
Look at that close. Great job, Misty. Alright, guys. Yeah, sure. Misty in your mailbox. It'll be waiting for you. You gotta come in and say hi. You're welcome. I think that's it. I think we only have. Yep, that's it.
Yay.
Thanks, ladies. So who remembers who's who? They switched spots. Everybody does
Monica. Monica's on the what? You made the same person.
It's not fair.
No wonder I was like,
On my left. Missy on your left.
Yeah, my left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
I got it right the first time I got it.
I just go, hey, it's the twins.
If you call me Melissa, I'll say hi still. It's okay.
I just go with it. Thank you, On Track, as always, for having some fun.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Hey, look at that handsome guy. Alright guys, if you guys have been missing out, let's bring it back real quick. Alright guys, if you've been missing out, we've been doing shift. We started this week going through the 12 shift tactics for the shifting market coming up. We've been doing it from 9 to 10, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Today we just hit the first section of lead generation. We're doing the next section on Tuesday next week, so join us. George will also be teaching sections of it if he shows up on time. If you were here, he didn't know the time. He thought it was at 11, so I got to teach unexpectedly. So make sure to come to that. It's been a lot of fun. That's a nice home too. All right, so here's just some points for what's coming up. We talked about the shift sessions Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 9. Every Friday, Financial Peace University, Dave Ramsey's class 10 to 11. Come into the class, guys. Get your financials in order. And then Mike is teaching at 1 o'clock. Create awesome flyers and more in minutes using Command Design. So come learn how to do that at 1 o'clock. Look at that. That's a nice little flyer for it. That Mike, he made that flyer on command. Look at that in seconds. He's like, no, actually, I used Canva. I'm like, oh, Mike.
I did actually.
Oh, Mike, don't say that! You're not supposed to admit it. It was a funny joke. It's not supposed to be true. All right, Quantum Leap. All right, guys, last opportunity. I know a lot of us are busy. I'm telling you, this class, if you've heard me say it, tomorrow from 9 to 4, 3:30, I think is the actual time it's going to be. It's in person and via Zoom if you want to join Zoom. Gene Rivers is one of my favorite people I've ever had the privilege to get to listen, teach in Keller Williams. He's done over 5,000 transactions. He built a mega team in Florida. He lost everything to a hurricane once and had to rebuild. And he shares his story, but he goes through Quantum Leap, which is a lot of the foundational trainings that most of Keller Williams is built on, that Gary Keller put together back in the 90s. It's a great class. If you have time, if you guys can go in person tomorrow, they still have a few open seats, I think. You might be out of luck. There's a few people going from the office that are heading down in the morning. If you'd like to do it via Zoom, you can. This isn't us that's putting this together, so there is a charge. It's $49 for in-person, $29 if you want to do it via Zoom. I would encourage you to take it if you have it off tomorrow.
Amy said, what a deal.
What?
Deal.
What a deal. Yes, it is a deal. Amy knows because Quantum Leap normally a couple $100. By the way, Quantum Leap, when I took it, I was $199 for the day. $200.
Wow.
The reason why it's so cheap is the region is putting it together and the help sharing the cost.
Do you know if they'll be recording that? If you
It's not. Yeah, Gene Rivers, it's one of his things he does is he travel out and charges, so he doesn't give that recording out. But yep, you need to go in person. They may give it to you to go in person, I don't know.
Yeah.
But they won't be available to all of you after, unless you go do it.
Someone go and record it.
It's like the old school in the movie theater, like recording it. So strongly recommend, guys, that you jump in on that. We've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks. You'll miss out on the opportunity for such a low price. When he comes back, it'll be a lot more expensive. I'm just letting you know, because he lives out in Florida. Okay, vote for me!
Yay!
Guys, if I lose, I'll never be able to
Come to work.
yeah, it'll be so embarrassing. Only like 200 realtors actually vote for this thing, and we have 400 agents in this office.
When's the voting start?
How do you vote? You guys don't read your Gav. Okay,
August.
here's the first thing you do. When Gavar sends you an email, read it.
I did see one. I opened it. The second.
You gotta read it
But
though.
it wasn't, I was looking, I wanted to vote. and
No,
it
you-
was
not yet.
prompt, yeah.
The official email will be available via electronic delivery. Send to your email address on file from 9 a.m. August 2nd through August 9th.
Put it in your
You'll get an
calendar.
email. You gotta vote for some directors. So read your email, please. Don't let me lose.
I got you here.
It will be so embarrassing. We have so many agents, and it would be hilarious. And Marvin would never let me down. And I don't deserve it from Marvin because I'm always very kind to Marvin. If you guys come to these, I'm super sweet to him. They get it. So anyways, don't let me lose. That'll be super embarrassing. All right, let's jump into lore. Language of real estate, what's going on in our markets. Please shut the door for me. I'm like a squirrel and I hear noise and I can't do well with that. Thank you. All right. From the Wall Street Journal, recession fears surge among CEOs. Survey suggests 3/4 of global CEOs say we are in a recession or will be in the next 12 to 18 months. According to the new survey, most CEOs expect that.
Someone on Zoom was asking you a question.
What was that? I'm sorry, on Zoom?
Gary, before you move on, I just want to make sure that Misty gets credit for winning the last Price is Right, because she was the closest at.
Yeah, we got her.
58.
We got her.
Oh, I didn't know if Misty, okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah, we got it. Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, so the Wall Street Journal. So what is a recession? We talked about this. How does the U.S. government define a recession?
2 quarters.
2 quarters. 2 quarters GDP negative, right? What was last quarter?
Negative.
Negative 1.3? 1.2? What is it looking like it's going to be for this quarter?
9.8.
That's inflation numbers right there. So yeah, most likely we're going to be officially in a recession, okay? So throughout history, during the recessionary periods, interest rates go up at the beginning of the recession, but in order to come out of a recession, interest rates are lowered to stimulate the economy moving forward. Historically, we have seen a repeat uptick in interest rates followed by lower interest rates, right? We create the recession. We understand how that works. Inflation goes bad. We have to stop inflation. What do? We raise interest rates. What does that do? Creates a recession. How do we get out of recession?
Lower the rates.
We lower the rates. rinse, recycle, repeat. That's what we do. So how long is the longest recorded recession that we have? 18 months. You guys pay attention. Are you coming to the class, right? So we could expect 18 months at the most of probably higher rates, harder times, right? As we come out of that, what do you expect to happen based off history?
Better rate growth.
Probably better rates. It depends on what inflation is doing. We'll keep a sharp eye on it, but we could kind of expect that we'll have a period of high interest rates that then will be lowered to stir the economy, right? 2009, we were talking about it in the last class. Who got their $8,000 first time buyer? I did.
My buyers did.
Woo! Woo! That's awesome.
There was actually double
Can you
incentive.
believe my house was $119,000 off 30th West and Avenue L in the woods? Woo! I barely could afford that, but I got $8 grand to fix up that piece of crap. We're laughing about that, but when we look back from 15, 20 years from now, we'll be like, you could have got that for $500,000? Why did you buy it? We'll probably be there. I'm a pretty good dancer. You guys see those moves? Life is lucky. Okay, mortgage rates in recession. So you'll see here, right? The yellow areas is our recession period, and you'll see the mortgage rates jumping and coming up from that. So 1979, right here, mortgage rate. By the way, 16%. Imagine if the rates were 16%. Up to 18%, you'll see that huge drop off on the mortgage rates coming out of the recessionary period, right? Maybe they dropped too soon here, but put us right back into another recession. So if you look back here, mortgage rates came down, mortgage rates came down, mortgage rates came down. I don't count 2020. It annoys me that they call that a recession because we shut down the economy. No, really? GDP was down and nobody could go to work for a month. Anyways, so you'll notice that a past history that's happened. So what can we expect? Probably that it'll repeat itself. Okay, mortgage rates in recession time. This is just showing you what's happened through those rates during that time. So the 1980s recession, how much the points dropped by, to the Great Recession, and how much they came down to. All right. Over the past 5 recessions, mortgage rates have fallen an average of 1.8% points from the peak seen during the recession to the trough. And in many cases, they continue to fall after the fact, as it takes some time to turn things around even when the recession is technically over. Make sense? We're all on the same page? So we expect mortgage rates to what for the next 6 months?
Rise.
Then what do we expect after 18 months?
Go down.
If history tells us anything. Doesn't mean it'll happen. Can't predict anything for certain. Keep an eye on that inflation. Inflation starts to peak and come down, then we can expect things to level out. They want it to level out for a while, then they might kick it back up.
Garrett, so if it traditionally goes up, let's say it goes to 9%, and it traditionally comes down by 1.8 or close to 2%, and we're looking at 7% interest rate. So really, it is a good time to buy.
Okay, look at that. That's right there is a good slogan for your social media to put out there to get people to buy right now. Recession doesn't also automatically mean that we're going into a housing crisis, okay? So keep that in mind. Just because we say recession doesn't mean houses are going to drop by 30%, right? It happened last time, so people are scared of this, but it was very different causes for this, right? We had a lot of crazy lending going on. Everyone give it pre-approved, $1 million, you want it, no big deal. Woo, here's money, right? Then that didn't go so hot. But if you look back in history, in the 80s, prices continued to rise. Then 81, prices continued to rise. 91, they came down a little bit, 2%. 2001, they still proceeded up. 2008, they came crashing down, but that doesn't count. That's silly. Okay, so the breakdown. Offers received are down. Offers over asking are down. Sales are down. Inventory is going up. We all feel that?
Yeah.
Does that feel about right? Yeah? Okay, so we're all on the same page, nothing shocking there. We're all feeling that. So there has been a pickup in the inventory that we've seen recently, but it's not from the big increase in new listings, but rather a slowdown in the pace of sales. And remember, that month supply measures the inventory of sales relative to the pace of sales. Same inventory, fewer sales means more month supply. So basically what they're saying across the United States right now is we're still getting about the same amount of listings coming on. It's not like a bunch of people are pouring onto the market, which is causing things to stagnate. It's just people are hesitant. Any surprises there?
No.
you raise interest rates a bunch like they have, a lot of uncertainty going on right now. Okay, month's inventory for homes across the nation here as of May. So you'll see in January we're at 1.6, 1.7, 1.9, 2.2, and May 2.6. How do we fare locally? What does that look like locally? Similar?
I can tell you year over year, I can tell you from January to now.
Which is what?
From July last year, we had about 280 homes on the market, and July of this year, we have 600 and something homes. We're about 240% up from this time last year.
When he's saying those numbers, guys, he only does the Antelope Valley. He takes out all the other listings that are out there. So you might say 930 on MLS, but he's talking about just specifically tied into the AV.
From January, we've gone up from we're about 180 listings up than we were from just January.
We're seeing an uptick.
Yeah.
We're following the same pattern. We were at like 1.1, 1.2. We're going up to 1.8, 1.9.
200 less pendings as well.
Yeah, that's the part that keeps your eyes sharp on. People, all of a sudden, those 2% buyer sides aren't going to be so prevalent. You mean people saying 3% buyer sides. Which is another conversation to have, by the way. If you're doing your fiduciary responsibility to your client, is telling them to do a 2% out right now, I don't know. I mean, is it really their best interest to only give 2% out and being so competitive when maybe a 2.5% or 3% when no one else is doing it will bring more buyers? It's up to you to decide, but that's something to think about. New monthly listing counts. So in the thousands, you see the blue is this year and green is last year. So we've been kind of on the same pace of the amount of listings, nothing crazy. May we got a little bit more, January a little bit less, but we're not like crazy outpacing listings coming onto the market. Home sales have essentially returned to the level seen in 2019 prior to the pandemic after 2 years of gangbuster performance. So if we look back at the average, the sales of homes, we broke records the last 2 years during the pandemic. We broke records for the number of sides. I think it was 6.2, 6.3, something like that. Pre-pandemic, we were about 5.8, 5.9 millions in sales. So we're getting closer to that side of things pre-pandemic. Active inventory continued to grow, rising 21% 1 year ago. In other words, we're starting to add more options, but the market needs even more before home shoppers have a selection that's roughly equivalent to the pre-pandemic housing market. So this is global. Locally, we're already there, right? But global, or not global, across the national, we're still light on inventory, pre-pandemically. We should start to see less competition, fewer bidding wars, and therefore less upward price pressure. In fact, a simple analysis shows that a 1 month increase in the month's supply results in a 3% decline in analyzed house price growth. And our preliminary house price index is already showing moderation in house prices in April. You guys understand that? Kinda? So basically, every time we get another month's supply, if we're at 1 month's supply, right, we can expect a 3% more growth on the sales price. If we get to 2 months, it'll be 3% less. That makes sense? 4 months less, 5 months less. 6 months, going the wrong direction. Make sense? What is our growth year over year? Pop quiz. If you were in the class before, I said it. What's our average sales price increase, medium sales price increase year over year?
4,
12.
6.
It's closer to 12. 12%. So we've still grown quite a bit in our medium sales price. Just keep shouting the numbers, you'll get it.
It's better than not trying.
Gary, do you know or have the average for Q2? What our average was?
For Q2, no. I haven't looked at it quarterly. Should I buy a home right now?
Yes.
Do you need an agent?
I think it depends. I mean, it depends on what you're doing, right? If you're like, yeah, I'm going to buy a home, but in 1 year's time, I'm getting out of California.
No.
Maybe I'd rent. All right, national and local headlines. So we talked a lot about this in Shift, about being the media for your people, controlling the narrative and letting people know you're the economist of choice. But here's what people are seeing. The cooling housing market enters into a great deceleration. Home prices decelerate as housing market downshifts. Buying a home at the wrong time can backfire big time. Here's why it may pay to wait. So guys, why are headlines this way?
Grab attention.
Get clicks. So you get money for clicks, right? So they have to be. What do you see? What do you feel when you read these?
Scared, fear, panic, all that.
Do you realize the term decelerate? That's not decrease.
No,
That's good.
it's just going.
They're not going up as fast. So we talked about this today in Shift. Taking these headlines and making them relevant to what's really that's going on in our local market, and that doesn't put fear, but actually puts into maybe strategic to what you're aligning, right? Home prices still rising, even though blah, 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 blah.
Right.
They decided to put home prices decelerate. They were going 100, now they're only going 50. Well, they're still going, right? That makes sense?
Yep.
So decelerating home prices does not mean depreciating home prices. It's important to know that. Home price forecast for 2022. So here's all average of the 7 main forecasters, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, CoreLogic, NAR, everyone. This is what they all forecast home prices to rise by. So if you take the average, about an 8.5%. We're at 12 currently. So home prices have still gone up year over year. Even though we're talking gloom and all this other stuff slowing down, we need to be real about it. We're still seeing prices go up, right? Estimated home price performance. December to December is forecasted in Q2. So they expect home prices to still go up 9.3, then they're expected to slow down to 4, and to the 3% to the 4% over time.
Who's the they there?
They. Never question they. It's this group right here. This is their average. The average of the 7 forecasters.
Got it.
Don't ask they. They.
So this is nationwide net, correct?
Nationwide. Nationwide. Yep.
Oh, there goes the source, HPE. They
HPE,
must
yes.
have this fiscal data, sample data somewhere.
Single family housing units completed. So here's why most people don't believe that we're going to have a crash, right? So housing's being built, right? Average of houses being built. For the last 14 straight years, we're below the 50-year average of houses being built. A severe lack of housing, right? We've been in a severe lack of housing, which has caused a lot of the supply issues, correct?
Yeah.
Right, we're just reusing homes. That's why we put something on there. It sells really quickly. We don't have that many homes being built here locally. We have a couple areas, right? So 14 straight years of not having enough houses. That causes a supply issue, and that's why a lot of people do expect us not to fall off a cliff or to do anything to go crazy the other direction. Slow down, for sure, but probably not 2008, 2009. U.S. population by generation, peak home buyers. Your millennials, born in 81 to 96. Your Generation Z, oh, they're the worst, am I right, Generation Z? I get to say that because every generation gets to say the other generation's the worst. I'm a millennial, so I get to call them the worst. It's fun. Gen X blames millennials, baby boomers blames Gen X. You guys get an alpha, whoever they are. Anyways, it's a lot of fun. Those Gen Zers, they're the worst. Born in 97. Have you guys even sell real estate yet? How old are you? Oh my gosh. Yeah, you can. All right, anyways, your peak home buyers, 25 to 29, 30 to 34. Those are your peak home buyers. Those millennial generation, 35 to 39 as well. Experts don't believe the market is in a bubble or a crash is in the cards like during the Great Recession. The nation is still suffering from a housing shortage that has reached crisis proportions at a time when many of the millennials are now reaching an age when they're starting to consider home ownership. So millennials are getting to that age where they're buying homes, right? There's still a shortage. So they really don't expect a huge crash. What does that mean? Oh, we're going to crash hard. I'm just kidding. Nobody knows for sure, right? Nobody knows for sure. We can't say anything. When all the experts say something, who knows? But all we can do is look at what's out there, kind of take data points, and use this information for the best, be the economist of choice for your clients. So when clients are asking you this information, should I buy a home? Is it going to crash? You can give them this information and go, well, here's what the data says. right? You're the economist of choice. You can take this information and give it out to people. Mike sends you the slides every time we do this, and I never see you guys posting on social media. I'm like, what do you guys do? Take the slides, use it. Use it for your information. Actually, I see Mark do it, does it quite a bit. All right, average days on market for May. Our average days on market over the past few years, right? This is across the nation. We're still very, very low. What are we at locally? We'll get there.
25.
I think it's still like 19 to 20. Still pretty low, right? We're right in the range with that. Our average days on market is still very low. Existing home sales by region year over year. So the US home sales are down about 8.6%. Volume is up. So don't pay attention to volume. So right now you're like, I'm making more money than I made, especially if you're doing a big business. Pay attention. When you make 10% more on your commissions, but you sell 8% less, units are important because prices will come down. So volume is deceiving. So overall, everyone's like, oh, we're doing more than last year, best year ever, and it comes to GCI. Volume is down. So pay attention to that. So in the Northeast, 9%, Midwest, South, and then in the West, 10% down in volume. All right? Not volume, sales. Pending home sales, right now pending. The US, it's 13%. The West, we're almost 20%. So, right? So we've sold less, and now we're pending less. 20% down year over year. So change in inventory across the United States. Nowhere's gone the other direction. Everywhere is still in the blue, or is in the blue with inventory change. About a national average of 20% here in California, 21.2% month over month from June to May. So more inventory has been coming on month over month. Across the nation, everyone's feeling the same.
What's the highest one?
I think Idaho at 42%.
42% higher inventory?
Yes, so month over month and a change in inventory. So just from last month to this month. Well, I think a lot of people that were thinking about moving up or changing, because Idaho's prices went insane. They're interesting. They all hate people from California because now their young people can't afford anything because everyone moved from here and went to there and drove up their prices like crazy, right? So if you're planning on moving there, say you're from Arizona, do yourself a favor. You don't get your car smashed in. So their prices have jumped up a bunch, and a lot of people were basically they were moving up, switching, doing different things because their value was so crazy that they were taking advantage of it. So we'll keep an eye on that to see what's happening across the nation. But you can see on the West Coast it's quite high. Month's inventory of home sales. So month's inventory. So right now home sale month inventory about 2.6 inventory according to NAR. The lowest we saw right here at 1.6 in January at the beginning of the year, and then they've increased quite a bit. What's interesting though is we always have it always fluctuates, right? That's how it works. It's seasonality. It's always the seasonality of real estate. Is see how much the seasonality keeps going up higher and higher and higher though, right? Showing actives continue to slow nationwide. Year over year increase in showing activity May 2022. Showing time, is it convenient showing time? Bought by Zillow. Now controls all the data about our showings. Yeah. Yes, don't worry, you're gonna let us voted against bringing showing time because we didn't want Zillow to have your information. Thank you, Marvin, for bringing that up. And all right, showing. Anyways, I'm silly. All right, so 18% down in the West, we're 45% down. 45% lower in our showings. You feeling that in your listings?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah? It's so blurry back there. It's so bad. I think it's just because I'm tired. We'll find out. But okay, mortgage rate projections. What am I doing on time? I'm good on time. Okay, mortgage rate projections. So I don't know. What do I know? I don't know anything. I don't. I could be totally wrong. This feels so low to me. I have a hard time believing that's all it's going to go. If we get another report of 9% inflation, the Feds are they're gonna raise rates again. It's gonna keep going. So I have a hard time saying it's only be at the 5%, but that's what they're forecasting to quarter four. I think they're forecasting that the inflation is gonna start heading the other direction. Gas prices have come down. They're already seeing signs of inflation coming down. So if that happens, they'll probably stable out around the 5% range of mortgage rates. That's what they're all projecting overall for 2023. I'm projecting way higher. Put it on the board. That's my bet. I think we're going to be way higher. I could be wrong, but I would be surprised if we're at 9%.
Well, we're there now, right? I mean, we're at 5%.
6% right now.
Depending on your credit and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6 1/4 to.
yeah, 6 1/4, 6. That's where we're at. So for it to come down by the quarter four,
We're raising 3/4 points.
Even 6 1/4 is great. When I bought my first house, it was like
Yeah.
18%.
so this is
Variable.
So this is Freddie Mac, and this is, I mean, I'm no graph maker, but when you see something going that far up, just to go, oh, never mind, I'm gonna go sideways now. It could happen, but I think those interest rates are gonna go up. They project that they're gonna flatten out at that 5.1% over the next period of time. And Freddie Mac knows more than me. They could be right. I just doesn't feel right.
I'd love to have a little poll and see what the inflation number is gonna be next time they announce it.
I would say it's at least 8%.
It's at 9.1 now, right? So you think it's gonna go down?
Well, it already has. So the inflation reports are always a few months behind. With gas prices and some other stuff have showed slowing of housing. I would expect it a little bit, but I don't expect it to be good. I expect it still to be terrible. Okay, now we're gonna get local. You can tell because my graphs are not near as pretty. Number of listings. So as of June last month, remember I pointed out, this is interesting. Red is our active listings. Black is our listings sold, right? And the new listings coming on, and you're seeing you start to see the spread. Last month I pointed it out, and I said we gotta keep an eye on this and see if it continues this month and even spread more, right? More listings coming on, less sales. You'll see how a lot of listings actually jumped onto the market. New listings came in and heading up in that direction as well. Listing prices. So our active median list price, right there around 500,000. If you came to the shift class, what's our affordability index right now in the Antelope Valley?
79.
79. What does that mean? People can't afford the average sales price. Right? 100 is it, people can afford it for about what it's selling for. Above 100 means it's pretty affordable. Below 100 it's not, right? So the average person cannot afford a $500,000 home. I really can't understand how all these people are buying all these expensive homes. I'm just like, wow, where did all their money from? Yeah. It does to me too. Okay, so your new median list price has actually come down over this last month for one of the first times in a while, right? And then our sold median sell price took a big little jump down to right around 450-ish. Absorption rate. Look at that thing. Our absorption rate is what? What's our absorption?
1.9.
What does it mean?
Oh.
Oh, if we didn't take another listing, how long would we have homes on market for?
Yep. It's our supply and demand. It's our best indicator of supply and demand. So basically what this is saying is, if we didn't take another listing, we would run out of listings on the rate of what we sell homes in a month and a half, 2 months. What is the rate we look for an average market? 5 to 7 months, right around there. It's an even buyer seller's market. We've been in the seller's market for 10 years, feels like. Probably pretty close, right? So inventory's been very low. 2 months supply is still incredibly low. Pre-pandemic terms, we were in the 3 month supply for a while. That was low. That was a seller's market, right? So we're still really low. Is this seasonality or is this kind of heading in that direction? To me, it's actually heading in that direction. You can see June of last year, we go up, we're headed up again, and then typically November we head down, and then we head back up. So right now we're in that seasonality. I'm curious to see if it's going to keep going strong. My gut is it's going to keep going. Sold to list price ratio. This is still crazy to me. So we've been on average of selling a house for 102% more than we're listing it for.
Wow.
Great. We're still above 100%. This is my favorite slide when you're working with buyers, when you're doing buyer's consultation. Save yourself trouble. Don't write offers that are 20,000 below asking. On average, if you're not even at above 100%, you're not even the average. Still. All right, so summary here. So I broke it up for the month over month and then our year to date. So this is important to kind of see what's going on month to month. So month from June 2022 to June 2021, we're up at a 1.92 absorption rate for the month. Last June, we were at a 1.07, right? So Mark was talking about having 307 or 310 homes on the MLS as a whole. Now we're at 968, 285% increase. That's what you're seeing there, right? That makes sense? Your average list price, last June was 545. I'm sorry, 508. This June is 545. So it's still up. Our median list price, 439 to 499. See how much it's up? Still up, right? Are we decelerating? Or price is still increasing? Change your mindset. Tell your people about it. We're not decelerating. Prices are still going up. Your median sales price, 450 from 435. It's still up. Your average days on market last June, 8. That's so stupid. And 14 is still stupid, by the way. But that's insane. What's the historical average to sell a home? Days on market.
Right now.
The historical average for days on market to sell a home.
Oh, it's gonna be like, around 100, I'm gonna guess.
90 days.
Whoa.
No, I know. New age like, what? It took me to see I don't get paid for 4 months. Right? Talk to the agents that were thriving during the REO market. How long did it take you, Mark, to sell most of your homes?
3-4 months is pretty common.
Okay, our median, all right, so let's look at the year-to-date numbers. So year-to-date change. 12%. It's not 23%, so it did decelerate. It's still going up though.
But up
So
12%.
It's still up 12%. If you bought a home this time last year, you still have 12% more equity. That's crazy. It's still great, right? We do expect that to keep slowing. But these are the numbers you need to be the economist of choice for your clients. You need to be telling them what's going on. Because if they're rating homes decelerating, I'm not going to buy. Homes are decelerating. What does that even mean? I gotta not put my phone on me when I do these things. My phone just goes off and I get so distracted. Okay, so what questions we have? What ahas from this?
Don't believe the media.
Be the media.
Don't believe, be the media. I believe.
Across the board for that statement.
Use calming words. Words that calm people down.
If you read the media every day, right? I'm a sucker for it too. I get on my news sources. I like reading. I get on Inman. I get on these other resources, see what's going on. I read the Wall Street Journal. I like to know. If you really look at a lot of the headlines, then read the story, it irritates me. It just irritates me. Because it's just so clickbaity crap, right? For the most part. Because they're competitive. They got to get you to click because they need those clicks to make money. If they don't make money, they're not in business, right?
They need the advertising money.
They need it. So be the truth in that. Tell your story, get your opinion from it, of what's going on in the market. Be that expert. Take a stand, give your opinion, right? You could be wrong. You will be. You could be right. But that's okay. Just keep giving your opinion and stuff. Keep researching. Any other ahas?
It's still a good time to buy.
It's still a good time to buy. It really is. What else? One more, and then we'll do some awards and we'll get out of here.
So,
I think that the two variables, which is the house price and the gas, cannot go up at the same time.
It's like the gas prices going up will slow down everything because it is kind of an impact on us daily. And then what it does is spark uncertainty for us, and uncertainty stops everything. Buyers were completely 100% certain it was a seller's market. It was incredibly difficult. They're going to have to pay more than housing, and yet they were lining up to do it. Buyers get a little bit uncertain of what's going on. It's easier to get into a home right now. Probably pay less, get in front. You might get your closing costs covered. You can probably get the seller to pay down your interest rate. And yet, they don't know what the hell's going on because they're uncertain, so they're stopping. And then it'll swing to a buyer's market. They'll be certain it's a buyer's market. There'll be certain things going on, and they'll want to get back into the game. So help them be certain of what's going on. Make sense? I feel like I'm rehashing a lot of the shift stuff. If you guys have been in shift the last week, I even drew that. Look at my art. I'm an artist, right there. Shifts, uncertain. This is where we're at. Anyways, if you're missing shift, come do it. It's great. All right. Let's jump into some awards. As always, guys, for our monthly awards, we just do a little round of applause. Congratulations, your award will be in your mailbox. Quarterly awards, where you come up and actually get your award, is going to be next month on the 12th. It's a Friday. We're going to be right at the Hilton Garden Inn across the street. That way. So put that on your calendar. We'll have lunch. We normally have lunch on days like today. We have lunch next week. We have a vendor coming in. New home build vendor? Do you know? New York Life? Someone's coming in. They're bringing food. We love food. So they're bringing food next week. So come for that. Sorry, I got no food for you today. Oh, I know. You're like, I showed up for food. I don't care about this. I want the free lunch. All right. So let's get into this. Top individually listings taken for the month of July. So we got 4 people tied with 3 each. Michelle, congratulations on 3 listings taken. George Perez, Eric, and Amy, welcome to dying. I saw Amy earlier. My bad eyes. Maybe I just saw Amy Constantine. And George, where's George?
It's all pictures, no video. Nobody's camera's on.
I'm online.
Oh, there he is. Congratulations, George. All right, 7th place, we got Janet Buckley. Congratulations, Jessica, and Jessica Dixon, and Becky Lowe. 4 listings taken for that. Congratulations. And 1st place, Mr. Mike Watson with 9 listings taken. Uh-oh, Jessica. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Scared.
Uh-oh. All right. Top individual closed units for the month. And 3rd place, Amy Peralta with 6 closed units. Great job, Amy. Are you there, Amy? No? Am I crazy? I know I saw you earlier. She's like, what are you talking about? Don't make me come on. Number 2, Christine Leister and Mike Watson with 7 listings. Or I'm sorry, 7 closed units. Great job, Christine and Mike. Christine out there in Ridgecrest killing it.
I made Jessica get.
Jessica with 8 closed units. It's a slow July for you, Jess.
No.
No, it's terrible. I hate 8.
8 1 month. Ugh. Ugh. So if you guys were in the shift class, I got on a rant about people saying how they're busy with their 1 escrows. And I might have used Jessica as an example of someone that's actually busy and gets to use that excuse as she's out there killing it. All right. Top individual agents closed volume. Jackie out there, 2.1 million. Good job, Jackie. See that? Right now, or right after this starts?
An hour ago. That started at 10.
Started at 10. Well, you guys will be late.
Yes.
And 4th place, we got Michelle. Good job, Michelle. 2.1 million. You guys haven't met Michelle yet. She's one of our newer agents and joined us from Century 21. So she'll be competing up here with you guys a lot as well. So say hi. I'd like to embarrass you, Michelle.
Thank you. That's not embarrassing. Yeah, I mean.
All right. So this story she told me. All right. In 3rd place, we got Tiffany. Hey, Tiff. 2.2 million. All right, in 2nd place, we got Mr. Watson with 2.7 million in volume. Not bad to cap in a month. And in 1st place, we got Miss Jessica, 3.8 million, Jess! You're distancing yourself, huh? He's not going to be able to catch you this year. Nope. Did you tell him that? I think he knows. Okay. Top individuals, gross commission income. GCI. Let's get nosy. How are they doing? Leslie with $51,000 in a month. Fantastic job, Leslie. I say this a lot, and I'll say it again. My first year out of college, I got hired to work 50 hours a week for Target Corporation as a manager. I was super excited. I signed on the contract for $52,000 a year, and I was so excited, and they just made that in a month. Stupid college debt. Anyways, fourth place we got Zach Sprague, $53,000. Great job, Zach. All right, in third place we got Michelle McGrath, $61,000. Good job, Michelle. All right, in second place we got Mike Watson with $90,000 a month.
It's gotta be 6 figures, right?
That's got it.
At least.
At least. Jessica Jason, $119,000 in gross commission income. In a month. In a month. A lot of people are pretty excited to make that in a year. All right. Top teams for teams out there. We got Aguilar, the A team, Antoinette, and Hunter, and everyone over there, and the Burke group with 5 listings taken. Great job, Antoinette, everybody. And Veronica Gonzalez and Associates and Pia's Realty with 6 listings taken. Good job. Veronica and Otto, east side over there. Otto waving again. All right, and in first place we have Pulaski's team with 15 listings taken. Great job, Brandon. He's taking all those listings. Okay. Top team closed units. We got the Chapel team, 6 closed units. Good job, Mark. In second place, we got Ileana Dominguez and Aguilar on the A team with 8 closed units. Great job, guys. And in first place, we got the Pulaski's team with 11 closed units for the month of July. Awesome. All right, top team closed volume. The Chapel team advantage, 3.6 million. Good job, Mark. That's a nice volume on those closes. Pulaski's team with 4.4 million in volume. Great job, Tom Paul and the team. And who beat them? Eliana with 4.6 or 4.06. Great job, Eliana. I see you on the field. Baker come off and say hi, embarrass her. All right, let's see how they did at GCI. And Pulaski's team, third place with 89,000 in GCI. Great job, Tom Paul's team in GCI. And in second place, we got the Chapel team with 96,000. Great job. Someone's taking higher commissions than Tom Paul over there.
Somebody.
It's the only way it works, right? You have less volume but more commission. It means you're taking higher commission percentage. Work smarter, not harder. I like that. All right, first place we got Ileana at 119,000. Almost to Jessica's level with that team. She beat you? Oh, it was close. She beat you. Great job, Ileana.
Like $30?
Ileana, you can come off mute instead of putting clapping hands on Zoom with the black screen. It's lame.
Yeah, no video even, come on.
Yeah, come on now. All right, guys, well, congratulations to everything, guys. Remember, next week we have some people coming in on Thursday. I don't remember what they're presenting on. They're bringing food, though.
Hey.
We'll be here. Oh, I got the wheel. I lied. We got the wheel.
They do life insurance policies, New York Life.
New York Life, that's what's coming?
If that's what's coming.
Don't go anywhere. We're spinning the wheel, giving away some prizes. All right, how do you gonna spin the wheel?
Refer somebody, please.
There was an issue.
So we haven't refilled the wheel in a while.
With 8 transactions, right?
All right. Get me somebody that will meet with me. With 8 transactions or more, you get to spin the wheel. Or have someone name you as your downline. Get to spin the wheel. All right? All right, I don't know if they're here, but the thing is you have to be here to spin. If you're not here, it sucks for you. Alex, are you on Zoom? Eastside, Alex, you there? Going once? Going twice? Well, there's a camera in the east side, and there's the office, and she sits right underneath the camera. So I thought she might stand up, but snooze you lose. JD, where's JD? JD?
He's in his office.
Going once, someone yell for him.
JD!
Going twice.
You went to Everybody's
Oh, that NARREP. Oh, they are. Alex is at NARREP.
They're all over there.
Carlos ain't. Carlos, you on here?
He's on vacation.
Oh, it's like for you guys. Oh, I'm at the 100 for myself. All right, so how do you get to spin that? Have someone naming your downline as a sponsorship, and you get to spin that as well. Friday the 12th. Friday 12th. Put your calendars. 11 to 1. That's quarterly awards. That's all I got. Love you guys. Have a good
At the Hilton?
Hilton across the way.
Oh, no, we're gonna be at the house.